Dear best friends, my name is Mark. You're watching Welcome to Mark's Bible Study. So happy to be with you. Videos we are adding on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. This is our last day of this week of our Bible study, my dear best friends, and we're gonna see you on Monday again. No, we're not gonna see you on Monday because it's Memorial Day. We're gonna see you on Tuesday, my dear best friends, because it's Memorial Day weekend. So happy Memorial Day weekend, my dear best friends. Tell me in the comments down below, what are you doing in a Memorial Day weekend, my dear best friends? And we're gonna talk about today Peter's declaration about Jesus. Peter's declaration about Jesus. So yeah, I hope you enjoy my Bible study. And let's get into it about Peter's declaration about Peter's declaration about Jesus. I need to get a help from my father to get my documents out of the old computer so we can do our Bible study on a new computer, my dear best friends. So this is what we are gonna be. So this is what we are going to be doing, my dear best friends. So this what do we did already. Oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, Peter's declaration about Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. It's about Peter's declaration of Jesus, and it says, and let's put a little more light here. Peter's declaration about Jesus. Okay. Okay, let's put a little more light here. Yeah. And now, let's read the Bible, okay? Let's read the Bible. In Matthew chapter 16, verse 13, because we did already the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees. And now we are going to be doing Peter's declaration about Jesus. And this is how it goes. Peter thought about knowing Jesus, that was a kind of a lie or a setup. So, excuse me about that. So, yeah. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I'm the Son of Man is? Who the Son of Man is?" Well, they replied, some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others say Jeremiah, or one of the other prophets. Then he asked them, "But who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." The Son of the living God. Jesus replied, "You are blessed, Simon, son of John, because my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. Now I say to you that you are Peter, which means rock, and upon this rock I will build my church, and all the powers of hell will not conquer it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you forbid on earth will be forbidden in heaven, and whatever you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven." Then he sternly warned the disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. So, what is this all of? So this is really all about that the disciples couldn't say that Jesus was the Messiah. They couldn't tell anyone. They couldn't tell anyone because that was because Jesus was the Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the Messiah. But but he said, "You are blessed, Simon of." This is kind of a very complicated topic here. You are blessed, Simon, son of John, because my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. So, this is actually about telling the secret that nobody can say it out loud. Nobody can say out loud your private things between siblings, your private things between your family, your private things between your friends. It stays in your head. It stays in your head. You cannot reveal something that is something private to you around other people, because other people might laugh at you. Other people might say, "Oh, this guy is weird," right? You know, sometimes we need to keep things to ourselves. Sometimes we need to keep our things to ourselves. You and God are you and God know those things, but nobody else has to know those things, right? Nobody else has to know those things. Nobody else has to know those things. Somebody could get embarrassed. Somebody can get somebody can get really, really frustrated with you if you say something out loud that you keep that thing to each other. That is very important thing, and it's a part of friendship. It's part of friendship that you keep some things to each other that you cannot say it out loud, right? Sometimes between parents, sometimes between siblings, sometimes between your friends. You know, this is actually keeping each other not to yourselves. This is actually keeping each other to yourselves. If you are so embarrassed to say this in front of other people, don't say it. Don't say it. Somebody might laugh at you. Somebody might think that something is wrong about you, right? You don't want people to think like this. You want people to think positive about you, so you can. So here's the thing: that if you keep something to yourself, keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself. That is not anybody else's business. It's you between God. It's you between your friends. It's you between your siblings. And it's you between your parents or your family. You cannot reveal those things to other people because somebody might think something weird about you, right? It's really important it's very important for safety to keep certain stuff to yourself, right? To keep certain stuff to yourself, to keep certain private stuff to yourself, to don't say it even out loud at in the internet. Don't say it on Facebook. Don't say it on Instagram, because somebody might write a comment. Ooh, this guy is suspicious, right? We don't want to be suspicious. We want to be safe. We want to be safe. We want to be with God. We are walking with the path, on the path to kingdom of heaven, right? We are walking, and we are running the race, my dear best friends. The kingdom of heaven is the kingdom of heaven is our finish line in our life, right? The kingdom of heaven. So the kingdom of heaven is going to come to us. So that's the finish line. That's the finish line of our. That's the finish line of our life. That's what God is saying. That's what God is saying. And seriously, if you too embarrassed to say anything that you keeping to yourself, keep it to yourself. Right. Really, it's okay to keep things to yourself, because you probably might think that other people might react to it, whatever you say. It's embarrassing. Some people might say that you are. Some people might say that you're crazy. Some people might say that you're trying to hide something from them. You're not trying to hide anything from anybody. This is your business. This is your business, and you don't spoil the beans on anybody else. Just, it's your business. It stays your business. Right? You know, your friends can be trusted. Some friends can be trusted. Some friends cannot be trusted. So if somebody pretends, it says in the Bible, don't pretend to love one another. Love one another for real. Love one another for real. Don't pretend to love one another. Do not pretend to be friends. Do not pretend that you are somebody that you are not. You know, you're not making yourself. You're not making you yourself. You are making yourself as a different other person that you are not the different other person. That's what actors do. That's what actors do on YouTube, for example. That they're doing things that they are not doing every single day, right? That they are not doing every single day. They're doing some challenges. They doing some other things, right? And this is actually what is going on. That's their life. My life is music and YouTube and Jesus. I mean, God, YouTube, family, friends, and seriously, this is my life right now that I'm doing right now. That I'm participating in a Christian life. I'm going to church. I got baptized. I met lots of good people. I met my friends at church. I met my friends at school. I'm gonna meet some new friends. I'm gonna meet a girlfriend in a place where I'm gonna be moving pretty soon. There's gonna be still videos. Don't worry. So, what are the thoughts? What are the thoughts of this? That we certain things need to keep to ourselves. Sometimes we are too embarrassed to say something. Sometimes we are embarrassed to show something. Sometimes we actually don't really want to don't really want to share this information with other people. Just with people who we trust. Just with people who we trust. With God, with your family, siblings, and friends. This is actually what in the world is going on. That people are spoiling everything. That people those days are spoiling everything. That AI is working in this world like crazy. Right? You don't need any more Hollywood or something like this. Just AI is doing everything behind your back. Right? This is actually what it said. What Jesus was saying. Jesus is saying in the end times that the Antichrist is gonna take over the whole. The Antichrist is gonna take over, and we are gonna be persecuted. We excuse me. And because we are the followers of Jesus, it says in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, it says that the final judgment is coming. It says in the final judgment is coming. It goes and goes and goes and goes. You know, Peter's declaration about Jesus, and sometime we're going to be talking about this. Peter's declaration, I cannot even say that word, declaration about Jesus, that was a complete setup. That was a complete setup because Peter because Peter said, I don't know this man. That was a complete setup that not all the disciples, just Peter. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. That was a complete lie. That was a complete setup that he knew Jesus. And he actually lied to Jesus because he was playing with him all the time that I know you, that I love you, that I worship you and all that stuff. But in a real life, he didn't even show that. You cannot pretend to love. You should not pretend to love somebody. You should not pretend to be somebody's wife, daughter, son. You should not pretend to be somebody who you're really not, because other people might get confused who you really are. Don't pretend to love one another. Just love one another and forgive other people. Be tender-hearted. That's what it says in Ephesians chapter 4:32. That forgive one another just like as God the Father forgives you. Other people don't get it because for them it's rocket science. But in other words, sometimes forgiving people is very, very hard. How did they harm you? How did they treat you back in the day? This is really hard to forgive other people. But you know what? I already forgive everybody that hurt me in the past. I forgive them because Jesus forgives me. This is actually what's going on. This is actually how Christian life should be. To forgive one another, to be tender-hearted, to be kind to other people, because kindness always is keeping you way out of conflict. I don't like conflict. I don't like I don't like somebody yelling at me. I don't like somebody arguing with me. I don't like when somebody is blaming me about something negative. I don't like when somebody is accusing me or something like this. I got accused in the store from stealing, and I didn't believe that because I was just a little kid. So you're gonna put a little kid behind bars? I don't think so. Right? An autistic little. I was an autistic 12-year-old, and a lady at the store thought that I stole, that I'm stealing. I believe in God. I would not do any such a thing, right? I would not believe. I would not. I would not do a sort of thing. Some people stole my childhood. Some people stole my friendship stole friendship from me from somebody. But that doesn't mean we should talk about it and dwell on it. We should forgive those people. Even we should forgive those people who are in prison. We should forgive them. We should forgive them. Well, God is gonna judge them what they did, but that doesn't mean we should talk ugly about them. That doesn't mean. That doesn't mean we should talk about talk about somebody. Something about talk something ugly about people, because you're showing them that you're not forgiven. That you are not forgiving those people. Seriously, that's the same thing that some other people are doing it to me. They cannot trust me. Just like you trust the Lord. Some people think lots of stuff about lots of people. People thought in Poland that I am nobody, and that's why I was bullied, I was abused, I was accused of stealing. Like, what the hell, right? I am a Christian man. I believed in God since I was 2 years old. And you accusing me of stealing. Well, maybe you are the problem. Maybe you are the problem. Because somebody who talks ugly about you, that's his problem. Not your problem. This is somebody who has wrong opinions about you. That is somebody who has wrong opinions about you, who's telling lies about you, and who completely set your life up because he thinks what he thinks. That is actually a setup. You don't want to set up people. You want to start, then you don't want to start. You don't want to start, you want to finish. Right? This is actually what is going on. You cannot complain about people all the time. You cannot complain about people all the time, because when other people are going to hear your complaints about those people, they probably might think bad about you or something. But if you are successful, you have more friends, nobody is accusing you of anything, other people might feel bad. I feel bad about this person. He's a good person. Why did I accuse him from stealing? Right? This is actually what in the world is going on. That lots of people's life are cursed because we are living in this fallen world. Because we are living in this fallen world, and we don't even realize that our faults that their fault is going to our fault. So, whatever is going on, this has to stop. Right? This has to stop. You know what? I'm a very strong Christian. And I can really forgive those people. And I can really, really forgive those people. God always forgives me. God always forgives me. I love God. I love Jesus. He already forgave my past. That's why I was saying in my mind, Jesus, forgive me what I did. Jesus, forgive all those people that they don't know what they're doing. Right? This is the whole thing. The problem is that people are surrounded by pride. That people are surrounded because they're self-centered. You cannot be self-centered. That is a very bad example to show other people that you are self-centered. Some people are, but you cannot help it. Right? You cannot help. You cannot change other people's look. You cannot change other people. But people can change themselves. People can really change themselves. People can really change themselves from being bad to being good. And I did the same thing. I changed from being bad to being good. And I accepted Jesus Christ for real already. That's why I'm doing those Bible studies. That's why I'm doing Dance with Jesus on Sundays. That's why. Right? Thank you so much. And I hope you put those words in your hearts. I hope you put those. I hope you need somebody to talk to about this. Just talk to. Open the Bible, read the scripture, and then talk about this. Talk about this. Right? Amen. So thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful Bible study. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell. Check out my other channels as well. Don't forget, we are going to be adding videos on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. This is our last Bible study for this week. Thank you so much, and happy Memorial Day Bye.